It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
Here we are. It is now episode 26. I am a lumberjack, TBT. That guy is ACDC Ace. And welcome to the Weekly Pour, episode 26. I'm lumberjacking.
It's not Halloween yet.
I know, but by golly, it's our first day. We wake up. It's 30 some degrees outside, and there were like 6 snow flurries. I counted them, 6. So,
Was it here?
yeah.
I didn't see any snow here.
Well, what time did you get up?
About 6, but
Oh,
I don't leave the house.
You should have looked outside.
I don't have windows.
Oh, that'll do it. 6 snowflakes. I dressed up as a lumberjack for work. Look, it's a nice button-up shirt. It's not too lumberjacky, and I wore my thing. What do you New Yorkers call it?
I'm not a New Yorker, but I've been told it's a toque.
A toque.
A toque.
Oh, I call it a toboggan.
Not a toboggan. A toboggan is something you slide on a hill down, like a sled.
That's a sled.
Yeah. That's a toboggan.
This is a toboggan. You slide down on a sled. and look, Kathy already jumping into chat saying it's a toque.
Yeah, see?
Toque or toque?
I've been told toque.
Toque. Well, she spells it like took. Like I took my hat off.
I think it's Tuke.
Oh, that would be toque.
I think.
I don't know. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Wow. First off, last week, the feedback I've been getting from our interview with Cassandra from the Life Project and Pearlandra has been freaking off the charts. Been amazing. It was great. If you've not watched that interview, I don't know what the hell you're waiting on. You definitely need to go watch that. It was, man, it was awesome. And yeah.
It was one of the first times I felt like a professional.
Yeah, because I think there was a couple of times we actually sounded like professional. Like we knew what we were doing with this whole podcast thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Slightly, but I'll take it.
She's a great guest, so that helped.
Oh, definitely.
That helped a lot.
And she didn't ask for a whole lot. She didn't ask for like 6 bottles of Evian, M&Ms in different bowls.
And no brown.
By color, no brown. Her wish list was very accommodatable. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was great. It was awesome having her on, and then her family jumping in the chat. Hilarious, especially when we brought up the whole Christmas singing. When I rewatched it, the look on her face was funny. She's like, "Oh my gosh, my mom must be in the chat," and sure enough. So, Cassandra, if you're listening, thank you, family, Carson family, thank you very much. That was great. But now we're on to another week, another episode. Lots of just crazy news out there.
And it's just us.
Yeah, it's just you and I in the chat. We've got Kathy so far, and that's it. She's mouthing off about the took thing, saying, whether it's took or taken or tooked, whatever. So here we are. I'm leaving it on. It's Lumberjack Tuesday for here. Something like that. I don't know about you, but I was going through like we do every week, going through looking for some like good music news, some interesting things. And I don't know if it's because it's the end of the summer and tours are winding down, or what it is, but there's just not a lot of news. There's a lot of news. Let me take that back. But there's not a lot of like podcast worthy, interesting news.
Yeah, it's a slow time of the year for a lot of that. Yeah.
I think it's because everybody's watching all the new TV shows that have, came back off of their hiatus for the summer or something. Everybody's staying out of trouble. I don't know.
It's like that lull you used to have after the summer movie season.
Right.
then the fall was kind of and you'd have a new horror flick maybe for Halloween, but nothing until the Oscar season starts, right?
Right.
And speaking of which,
Halloween.
did you watch Halloween?
No.
Are you a Halloween fan?
Yes.
Okay, it's my favorite horror franchise.
Okay.
I,
It's
I,
my
I love the,
second.
I love the Halloween franchise.
My first was Twilight.
Okay. Uh, have you read any of the reviews or critiques or anything?
I've been trying to
You
stay
know,
away from it because I don't want to be spoiled. Um, the only thing I saw when I was on Twitter earlier today, I saw somebody posted something about being pissed off at the ending. And so I didn't read any more because I mean, if you give away the ending, you've kind of spoiled the whole freaking movie, and I wasn't
yeah,
going to read it. So to answer the question, no, I've not.
yeah. The ending didn't piss me off. It wasn't the ending. It was just a lot of the movie. It was just an odd movie.
Really,
It was just oddly, yeah. It did not go in any direction I thought it would. Um, there wasn't near. You'll notice this if you watch it. There wasn't near the Michael Myers appearances that you would want.
really,
Uh, nah, no, not at all.
even with this supposedly being the last one.
Right, he pops in for a few last stabs, but
I see what you did there.
yeah, the story didn't revolve around him
Wow.
as much. So a lot of people are kind of pissed off about that. We didn't get. I get what the writers, directors, they want to do with this. They wanted to make it a little different and take a different tone with it and make it a little more serious in a sense that it has a streamlined story.
Right.
I get that, and the first one was great, but uh, they got to realize that yeah, we don't want the same old thing, but we'd like something similar.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to add it to my list of things to watch this weekend then.
Yeah, you should watch it just because. I mean, if you're a fan, you should watch it, and then you got the right to be pissed off. It's like when you vote,
Right. That's
then
when
you
you
can be
have a
pissed
right to
off.
be pissed off. You can't be pissed off if you don't vote.
Right.
Yeah, and we mentioned that because early voting has started for probably most of the country, and we both work kind of around where they do the voting and whatnot. Now, good evening, Miss Natalie, who has jumped into the chat as well.
She remembered what time it was.
I know she was just a few minutes late, but she didn't forget that it's not mountain time.
She didn't even live in a mountain.
I know. It's just, she lives on a hill. Ah, see, she just said Ace because you remembered the whole time thing, and now
Yeah.
we're just yeah. So one big thing that I definitely want to hit on news wise, now that we are kind of into that, and we've talked about Halloween, which I think we're going to get into some more Halloween in a little bit. Big news coming out of South Africa. This is huge news for someone like me. There was a radio station in South Africa who had to apologize to their listeners recently. Um, Let me see how this went down. Um, so a radio station had a cyber attack on their system, and their system then inadvertently backed up onto their server. The hour or so that was cut that had to be filled automatically includes songs to fill the hour. They are known for playing music from the 70s, 80s. Actually, it's from the 70s until now, is what they say. 70s, the smoothest tunes from the
The
70s
smoothest
to
tune
today.
from the set to today. I
Yeah.
just saw.
I
Jeez.
just saw that, so that makes it even funnier. So you can imagine the soft, sultry voice. Close your eyes if you're watching this, and
It's
just
very.
the smoothest tunes from the 70s to today.
Let me
And
hear
then
it.
boom, all of a sudden there's Glory Hole by Steel Panther. I absolutely love it. Glory Hole was unfortunately the song picked by the system, revealed this radio station in their statement. They have immediately deleted all Steel Panther songs from their servers. The president or whoever this was says, I again apologize for this and assure you that the content of that song does not resonate with who we are as a radio station and as individuals. Steel Panther responded on Twitter by saying, they say we're sorry. We say you're welcome. And I just got to say, um, that would be hilarious. If you're worried about these types of songs getting on your station, why are they on your server?
Right. Why are they available? But furthering this, why ban them? We just wiped them out and banned the Steel Panther? Is it their fault? Did they infiltrate the system? Was
I
it
don't
them?
think they were going after South African radio.
Is their new bass player a cyber hacker?
Maybe he is.
I
So
mean,
see, I don't know, but they were already there, and Steel Panther is part of the 70s to today.
they are, yeah.
So you
They
should have
harken
just,
back to a bygone era.
yeah. But how funny is it they had to fill a gap with a glory hole?
With a glory hole.
Yeah. But in good news for this, for all new Steel Panther fans, they will be on tour in the US, Canada, and Australia to finish out the year. There's also a new album called On the Prowl coming in 2023, and you can always watch the Not Safe for Work video for the first single that was released. That single is called It's Never Too Late to Get Some Pussy Tonight.
Yeah, you played that for me the other day.
I just love Steel Panther.
Yeah, that was good. I actually liked it.
It was, exactly. That is literally, that is all the news I have for this week.
That was what you came with.
That's what I showed up with. Lumberjack clothing and Steel Panther infiltrating South African radio. And, but it's really because I didn't think Natalie was even going to show up today. She'd forget what day it was.
Like, is this show in the middle of nap time for Natalie or
I
something?
think it is. I don't know. I think it is. It's nap time. Like, oh, I just got home from work. I don't know what day it is because I've only been working for 2 days, kind of thing. I don't know. Kathy, you're right. That is hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, you hush it, Lumberjack. Okay. All right. Fine, I will. Whoa, whoa, whoa. New news. New Striper this week. That's right, Kathy. That does come out this week. The 21st.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is today? The 18th?
Yes.
So Thursday. Oh, all right. That is exciting.
Does yours automatically jump into your Apple Music when it comes out?
Yeah, if I've selected it, it automatically will. And then, like when I wake up, I'll have a little message on there that says, Striper is available to listen.
That's always cool when I'm driving home from job number 6.
Right.
That at midnight or so, I'll be driving home, and I'll see a notification that the new whatever is now in your iTunes. I'm like, cool. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah. Well, it did it with me last week with the new Ultra Bridge.
Yes, and I listened to that today during my workout.
Great.
Good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. On top of Striper, on top of Steel Panther, that's going to be next year, but Taylor Swift, for all you Swifties, will have a new album out this week. So I'm doubly excited. I get Striper and T-Swizzle.
I didn't know you were that big of a Taylor Swift fan, other than
Let's get it straight. Yes, I'm a Swiftie.
A Swiftie.
Yeah.
I
love T-Swizzle. What?
Name one song. Yeah.
Tears on My Guitar. That's the only one I can think of right now.
Yeah. One from this decade.
That was from this decade. Kathy just booed Swifties. You're just jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to say that.
I do. I like Taylor Swift. You know what? I grew up. I grew up. My daughter grew up. You know, being all into Taylor Swift and
Yep.
everything, and it
Yep.
was one of those things where she would get super excited when a new Taylor Swift was coming out, whether it was a video or an album or something like that. And that's just something that my daughter and I have kept going. And she will text me, she will send me TikToks that announce something in regards to Taylor Swift. And it's just one of those father dad things. It's one of those father daughter things that I appreciate, and yeah. So
I I
call
don't
me
have
a puss
like
for being a Swifty, but I don't care.
I don't get the text messages, but when I would drive my daughter to school, I would get hammered with Taylor Swift, and when I would drive her anywhere, and I got to where I was getting used to it and not minding it. And there are some of those songs, and I'm not going to get on a Taylor Swift
Sure,
thing, but there's a couple of them I'm like, man, that's some nice sentimental stuff, you know. And I'm not talking about when she's mad and bitchy. I'm talking about
right.
the sweet sentimental stuff, like uh, "Fearless." I love that song.
Hmm.
That's a great song. And my daughter started playing that stuff for me. So sentimental to daughters.
Yes, there is a song. I'm going to try to think. Kathy just made a comment about Tay Tay that I'll get to here in a second. You're talking about one of those songs that it's got some sentimental stuff to it. For me, one of them was White Horse.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
actually the first time I heard that was on an episode of uh, one of those cop shows. I don't remember which one it was, but actually Taylor was acting in it, and that song was part of it. And I was like, "Damn, that's pretty good." And listened to it, and I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of deep." It's not as deep as like Inner Sandman, where I've got to sleep with one eye open, gripping my pillow tight.
Right.
But by golly, you had your chance and you rode in with your white horse, but he ain't white no more. So go on.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
deep. It's deep.
I I never thought of that one as much. I need to listen to lyrics, I guess.
Yeah, you ought to,
It might
because
be,
on a serious note, that one's pretty deep. And
it
and
might
yeah.
be cry.
So Kathy makes a comment and says that Taylor is supposed to be all about independent stores, but then shuns all of the independent stores. So although I will be stocking her new album, I won't like it. Well, and as a business owner, I appreciate that both of those statements on independent stores and then shuns them. Um, you would know more about that than I would, obviously. So that I don't know. I can't say it surprises me because I don't know that side of the business in regards to what an artist says they're for or against or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
She's
uh,
really tough as a business person as well too. When she was challenging Spotify and pulled all her music from streaming because of the basically the royalties. They weren't paying anything. You know, they want your music, but they don't want to pay you anything for it. And she held out, and she's got enough clout, and she's big enough that you got to have Taylor. You know,
well, look what she's doing now with her whole her whole catalog of her music.
yeah.
She's re-recording every
She
single
recorded.
album
Think about
to
that. And I've not listened to it closely enough to compare, but I've listened for some differences. Has her voice changed, or is she changing the melody, or and there are some changes here and there, aren't there?
yes, there's some melody changes, there's some slight word changes, there's
I don't
placement.
like some of the word changes. There's a song of hers I like, and I she took out a phrase, and it irritates the piss out of me.
It screwed you up, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it because I know why she did it because she's being politically correct, and that's fine. But I'm not sure you can even find that version now.
Did she take out the word bitch?
No, this is "Picture to Burn."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where she takes out the gay part. I'm going to tell all your friends you're gay. like a high school girl might do.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you
You
can
know,
find that version now or not either.
right. That's what I'm saying. And I always liked that lyric simply because it fit the narrative of what the song was. It's a high school breakup,
Yeah.
and you're going to do this, so I'm going to do that, and it made sense to me. I liked it, and it just made me mad that she pulled that lyric out of it.
Yeah. One of the I gotta get to the bottom of the chat here. One of the things I liked about her were her duos, or not her duos, her duets that she would do with different artists. And one of the most favorite ones of mine was with the Civil Wars. I was a huge fan of the Civil Wars.
You mentioned them before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like harmonic vocals that complement each other, that aren't hiding behind, blaring guitars and pounding drums and all that. Someone who could sit here right now and just belt stuff out a cappella. No instruments or nothing. And the Civil Wars, for me, now they were bluegrassy, they were, they had their country roots and all that. But for me, the Civil Wars, I could listen to, even today, I could listen to them all night long, not get tired of it. Um, and then Taylor Swift did a song with them. I don't remember what movie it was for. Natalie or Kathy, I would think maybe one of you guys would. I want to say the Hunger Games, or like the Hunger Games 2, something like that. But they did a song together, and it was at the time, you know, two of my favorite non-rock artists coming together, and I thought it
Yeah.
was awesome. And Natalie jumped in and said, yes, it was the Hunger Games. Um, but yeah, I don't know if you've ever checked out the Civil Wars, but
When you sent them to me, I did. Yeah.
okay. And I really, I dug that. And for me, when, like I said, when they got together and did their one song or whatever, it was pretty good. But you can't take away from the accomplishments of Taylor. I just stroked out there for a second.
No.
Um,
No, you can't.
she's done remarkable things and continues to do so. And then in the
I
middle
would
of,
love.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I would love to know how she accomplished it, even as early as she did, so early on. Like who was behind? I want to read the biography. Who was behind all of that, and who got that going? At 14, 15, or 16, it couldn't have been all her. But
Right.
she is certainly, I think, taking control at this point. Yeah, yeah. So you can't deny the accomplishments. I mean,
She's done what Britney Spears could not,
right,
and that
right,
was maintain control.
because it was right in front of Brittany. It
Hmm.
was right there,
Yeah.
and uh, you know, though she didn't always have the bigger hits either. Like they were good hits, and but nothing like "Hit Me One More Time" or "Oops, I Did It Again." I don't know the charts of Britney Spears, but it didn't seem like those songs resonated. The rest of them that I know. Am I wrong? I don't know
No,
pop as well.
I don't think so. I don't either. But I'm trying to think. I can't think of like when you talk Taylor in her country days.
Hmm?
Every song she released would go to number one.
Right, and there's how many from a record?
Yeah, at
Half,
least three.
and I guarantee you, the people that listened to her knew every song from every record
Oh,
anyway.
guaranteed.
They know them all.
And for her, the same thing happened when she transitioned over into the pop side,
Hmm?
because every single one of those have. I don't know if they've all debuted. I want to say they've debuted at number one, and then she's
It really has.
remaking all of her albums. But yet, the one that's coming out this week isn't one of her old albums. It's brand new, and it's like, surprise. I want to say, and my daughter would kill me. I'm gonna say the name of it before I look it up, but I believe the name of it is Midnight.
Oh, because she just dropped a couple weeks ago that she was bringing out a new record. It was kind of a surprise, wasn't it?
It's called Midnights, plural. Yeah, and it releases October 21st.
Yes, Midnight's.
And yeah, it's the upcoming 10th 10th studio album by Taylor Swift. Her first body of work since her ninth studio. Well, no shit. I'm sorry, but that was just dumb.
Are they
It's her
trying to
10th
say,
album. It's the first one since her ninth.
man,
Um,
amazing?
yeah. Evermore was the one that she released in 2020, and that was the one before this. So that was the ninth one, and this one's called Midnights. She wrote and produced Midnights with Jack Antonoff. It is a concept album conceived from 13 sleepless nights of Swift's life. Emphasis on the word 13 because that's a big number in Taylor Swift's world. She's had
Oh,
an
is it?
album called 13. Yeah, everything's about 13s. She unveiled the track list through TikTok, which is what my daughter sent me. The fourth track, Snow on the Beach, features Lana Del Rey, and a video for the third track, Anti Hero, will also premiere on October the 21st. Or 21st for you other people. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to run down the track listing. Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, Snow on the Beach. You're on your own, kid. Midnight Rain, Question, Vigilante Shit, Bejeweled, Labyrinth, Karma, Sweet Nothing, and Mastermind. If you buy the deluxe CD, you get 3 more songs. One called Hits Different, You're on Your Own, Kid, and Sweet Nothing.
Karma is also a thing with her, isn't it?
Yeah, right? Like every
Yeah,
album should just have the name Karma.
yeah. I actually watched a video recently on YouTube that someone created talking about these Taylor Swift tropes, such as karma. Pretty fascinating, depending on what it is. But
So this Jack Antonoff is an American singer, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, and record producer, lead singer of the rock band Bleachers, and was a guitarist and drummer in the pop rock band Fun.
oh,
My
okay.
daughter, when she realizes that, will flip out because when we were in Michigan, she had lunch at her school with one of the members of Fun because the members' parents were teachers up at the school that my daughter went to in Michigan. So
Oh, that's
that was
pretty
pretty
cool.
neat. So yeah, Midnight. Do you know why it's called Midnight? Midnight. Tell me, Kathy, why is it called Midnights other than the 13 Crazy Dreams? Natalie said it'll go to number one super quick. Yeah, no
Oh
kidding.
yeah,
It
it already
absolutely
is.
will.
It already is. And you know, another thing, talking about back to Britney with Taylor, and I don't know all the records, I don't know all the songs, but I've heard a lot of them.
Right.
Is there a dud that is something you would consider a dud? I know the discretion of preteen teenage girls is different than our discretion, but I mean, a lot of them are still catchy, even if you get 10 songs in.
Are you talking song wise or album wise?
I'm talking song wise, album by album.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's pretty prolific, and most of the stuff doesn't suck as far as quality of song. Um, Britney, I don't know Britney, but I can't imagine you're like, man, track 10 was amazing on that Britney Spears record.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just typed in Britney Spears dud. Because
And it
because
came
why
up.
not? But there's one of the things that comes up is a top 30 of her songs, and I'm looking through all of these songs, and yeah, I mean, there's none of them that I sit there and go, all right, that doesn't belong there. That was stupid. But no, I don't I don't think there was. Um, nope, nope, nope. Yeah, no, they were all good. They were absolutely all good.
Did
So
Kathy answer the question? I'm hanging here.
okay, here's Kathy's answer. Partially because the back of the records form o'clock when you buy all 4 colors. And she also is selling the working clock mechanism on her website so you can actually make it a working clock. I
Oh,
have customers that have purchased all 4 just so they can put them together because of the different numbers on the back. Marketing
That's
genius.
That's marketing.
Now, we don't have Taylor Swift soap, Taylor Swift condoms,
Caskets.
deodorant. However, she's a marketing genius. She hides Easter eggs. Not literal Easter eggs, but like Marvel Easter eggs
Yeah,
in her videos,
Yeah.
in her television commercials, her TikToks, her album covers. She's smart.
Here's something I haven't figured out yet. When does she have time to date all these people? If she's touring, writing, and recording.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for my chance.
Exactly. We're on the list, but I want a song, good or bad, written about me.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
No. Just so I can, you can call Lumberjack Tuesday. That's a great title for a song.
It'd be about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yours could be Ace CDC.
Yeah. Sucks. Ace just sucks.
Oh, man. I can't believe we've just spent the last 15, 20 minutes talking about Taylor Swift.
Well, that's okay. I can't believe it either, but we tend to do that.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'll listen to it when it comes out. Just like I have every other one. I'll listen to them. And there's going to be one of those things where I'm going to go, damn, that's pretty catchy. And next thing you know, I'm going to be singing the new Taylor Swift songs at work, and you're going to come by and make fun of me.
Right. Probably.
So,
but secretly, I'll go back to my car and
start jamming out.
Another thing, country music radio. I talked about this before, but there's been a huge void there without her there. They give her awards trying to entice her to come back, record another record. And she kind of did. A little while ago, there was a quasi country sounding record that she's put out, but she's got the ability to do whatever she wants. If she wants to put out a pop record, there you go. If it's a rock record, there you go. A country record, whatever. So
Natalie just came up with the name of your song.
Did she? Great.
Turtle Cleaner.
I clean Taylor's turtle as well.
I'd clean Taylor's turtle. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It doesn't. I thought maybe when she did that Crossroads with Def Leppard, I thought maybe there was a chance we were going to get like maybe a rock song out of her, kind of like what's her name who did Welcome to the Jungle. I can't think of
Carrie
her.
Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. Yeah, I was thinking Trisha Yearwood for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, Carrie Underwood does Welcome to the Jungle, and she opened. I think I saw something today. She opened up her tour with that song, like that remake, and everybody's going wild over it.
I have it pulled up because she does that, and comes right out and sings it right off the bat. Which should be a surprise because she does it all the time.
Right. We've mentioned it here before. Kathy says that we need to talk about the new Queensryche.
I know very little about it, except
I don't know anything about it.
I heard reviews were mixed.
She says it's so whoa good.
Really?
And the so whoa is in all caps.
Oh, well, that tells me all I need to know. It must be so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said. It's the second time she's mentioned it tonight. So I'm going to go right now. See, I have my trusty phone, and I'm going to go add it to my list.
I did see that Todd LaTorre, even though this record just came out, he said they've already got one ready to go that they're working on right now.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they're already recording another one.
So is this Digital Noise Alliance?
Yes.
Well, let's just add it to the library. All right, Kathy, I'm going to add it, and we can talk about it next week for sure. Maybe we might have a guest next week, which I'll get into here a little bit later. But we'll listen to it I'll probably listen to it tomorrow, and we'll get back on here in the next couple weeks and talk about it. And I keep wanting to type in another person, and I keep typing listen to it, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Um, Another band, since we're talking bands, I want to bring up a band that has absolutely surprised the ever loving socks off of my feet.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're
so
out for blood, in case you didn't know.
do what?
On their website, they're out for blood.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So everybody knows that I watch WWE, as does Ace, and we pay attention to songs, storylines, all that fun stuff. Well, one of the most recent and interesting storylines that, and the most prominent one that the WWE has put this much attention into, I believe, in my opinion, is the return of Bray Wyatt. Well, along with the return of Bray Wyatt, as we saw at Extreme Rules and then followed by SmackDown this past Friday, Bray Wyatt comes out to a new theme song. This new theme song is very creepy. It's out there. It is very Bray Wyatt ish, if you know anything about that character, or if you know anything about that character, weird kind of thing. Anyway, very creepy music, very rock oriented at the same time, just freaking creepy. Anyway, come to find out, the band that created his brand new theme song is the same band that created his old theme song. This band I've never paid attention to, other than knowing that they were the ones that collaborated with the WWE and Bray Wyatt to create these songs. That was until probably yesterday when I started really getting into their catalog and listening to the stuff they did. Blew my socks off. I had people coming by my office today saying, "What in the world are you listening to?" Because it was just it's so it's so badass. It's not for everybody. If you don't like um screaming metal, then it's not all for you. Now, not all the songs are screaming metal at all. There's a lot of good melodic music. This band has been together since 2008, I think it was, that I think I said earlier before we went on the air. Um, and that's when they were in high school. So it is now 2022, and it is almost the same lineup as they've had since they were in high school. The band's name is Code Orange. I highly recommend that you jump onto YouTube, you jump into Apple, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your music, and listen to Code Orange. You can type in Code Orange, Let Me In. And I believe that is the name of Bray Wyatt's former entrance music. And you'll get to hear kind of the real voices behind Code Orange. If you type in just Code Orange and Bray Wyatt, you're going to get a song called Shatter, and it's not going to be an original release. It's going to be a release from people recording it off of their TV. Um, or just, like I said, go to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever and actually listen to Code Orange if you can make it through the entire album. I made it through 3 albums, and that was shutting it off every so often to go do other things I had to do with work. But they blew my socks off.
Really?
I highly recommend them. Um, like I said, it's not for everybody, but man, they're good. Their guitarist, their drummer. I mean, there's some kick ass stuff there. I reached out to him. I kind of reached out to him. I tweeted today. So anybody that's seen the tweet from our Twitter, I put that out there because I openly admit I didn't listen to him until
Yeah.
this. And funny thing, they liked the tweet, so
you didn't tell me that.
Oh yeah, they liked it. So apparently they weren't pissed off, which is good. They're going to get a lot of fans, from this whole WWE thing, and I'm hoping that people do a little bit more than just listen for the Bray Wyatt song. I hope they actually get in there and go, "Holy crap! This band is legit." How they've not played the Super Bowl, I don't know.
No one plays the Super
Oh
Bowl.
yeah, that's right. But give them a shot.
Well,
Code Orange.
I'm looking on their website,
Yeah,
and they're supporting Corn in starting in March for 2 solid months.
yeah, and
There's
and
a
to
ton of shows.
to support Corn for 2 months, that should tell you something right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's back to back to back dates. Uh, they'll be in Evansville the 8th of March. They will be in, well, Kathy's neck of the woods. Closest is Albany or Rochester. But if you like them, right?
You said the 8th of March will be
Evansville.
Evansville,
Yep.
Corn and Code Orange.
Yes.
I might have to make that. I'm going to see if we can't get Code Orange to come on the podcast.
Yeah, if they come on, that'll be great.
Yeah, I'm going to see if we can't reach out to them and see if they have any interest, because they're getting a bunch of wrestling fans that are probably like, "Oh, you should release the music, release the music." And I saw one of their tweets, and one of the responses to a question like that was, "Buy some shit."
All right, buy the music.
Yeah, well, or buy a T-shirt, buy something to show your support for the band, other than just you watch WWE on Mondays and Fridays, which
Yeah,
I
and
I get.
you like that song.
Yeah, but I mean, they've kind of opened themselves up to this by collaborating with Bray Wyatt and the WWE. So, um, be careful what you wish for, because you may end up with a bunch of people buying some shit, and then you have to release the song. But yeah, check them out. They're freaking awesome, and report back, because I want to know what everybody thinks.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out. I'm always up for something new. See what I think.
I have to send a text message real quick. I've got somebody who is actively trying to find us,
All
and
right.
letting them know that we're live right now.
A fan.
Yeah, he didn't know for whatever reason that we were live, but he does now because I just sent it to him. Let me see. What have I missed in the chat since I was really going? Natalie says she really likes Corn. Yeah, okay, that's a funny little TikTok thing. I get it. Ha ha ha! It's got the juice. I was waiting for it. Yeah. So, did I hear? Did I hear that there was a suspension lately on NASCAR?
Yeah, there was. And the thing is, I don't follow a lot of NASCAR news. Obviously, Chase Briscoe is from where we're from. We're familiar with Chase, and I'm familiar with some of these names, but I don't follow NASCAR.
Right.
But Bubba Wallace got
Whoa,
suspended.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay,
Bubba,
stop. Bubba
no,
Wallace.
yeah, Bubba Wallace
Bubba
got
Wallace
suspended.
is the most NASCAR name
It is
that you could ever have.
right. That's pretty NASCAR.
That beats Rusty Wallace just by name. Bubba Wallace.
Does it beat Cole Trickle?
Nothing beats Dick Trickle,
But
except
yeah,
for
I
medicine.
don't know. I don't know the circumstances of this, but he got suspended for intentionally crashing into a guy with a very non NASCAR sounding name, Kyle Larson, who sounds like he pitches for the Red Sox or something.
And batting second,
Right, Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson.
Yeah, so they're saying it was intentional, Yeah, he went at him aggressively, slammed into him, and then I think there was a physical altercation afterward.
What?
Like Bubba's going off. He's like shoving him, and
Is there video?
there's video. I'm on the
No.
Oscar board. There's video of it.
I'm going to find it.
I've not watched it.
I'm
You
going to
and I
find it.
were talking about this earlier.
Can I just type
But
in Bubba Wallace fight?
yeah, that'll work. But he's the first driver to be suspended in the Cup Series in 7 years. 7 years. So NASCAR doesn't do this often.
Holy shit.
You see it?
Yeah. I wonder if I get in trouble with YouTube if I shared my screen.
You probably could for a minute.
How do I do that?
I don't know. There it is. I see it. Wow, we have made a leap in technology here.
Can you guys hear that?
I can't hear it, but I see it. Like I see a determined person, and that some shit's going down right now. So there's the wreck.
Yeah. Let me try something real quick. Never mind.
But that Bubba's in the red right there.
That's Bubba.
Yeah, right there. And there's the pitcher for the Red Sox, Kyle Larson. And he's like, "What the hell happened?" Getting out of his car, but he looks cool. He's calm. But man, the guy with the golden arches, he is ticked.
He looks cool, calm, and collected right now. Oh wait, he's just switched hands.
He did. He switched hands
Because he's right-handed.
We're putting the helmet together.
Here we go. Oh,
Yep.
dropped.
He dropped that helmet and he went right at him. Holy crap.
Look. Homeboy's like, what is your problem?
That is exactly what he's saying. Where's the referees?
Where's the flag? Holding.
Yeah.
Double arches. Traveling.
I would like to know what Bubba is upset about, because obviously Kyle Larson has done something to upset Bubba.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
NASCAR's great because we all like the wrecks, right? But this one, you got a wreck and a fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's like tables, ladders, and chairs.
It kind of is, yeah.
Holy moly.
Tables only work when the Devons are there.
So apparently Natalie is in this NASCAR world. And she goes, and I have to do this with the NASCAR accent, okay?
Okay.
He should have been suspended. He got out of his car and punched a fellow driver. But I bet if you Googled him, you wouldn't believe he was Bubba Wallace. He's a douche.
That's a strong opinion, Natalie.
She's very, very opinionated. She don't like him, apparently.
Well,
he's a douche.
I don't disagree that he probably should have been suspended just for getting out of the car and going to confront the other driver.
Okay, so he is from Mobile, Alabama. He's 29 years old. Bubba is his nickname.
Not his given name?
No, it's not. His given name is William Darrell Wallace Jr. But still, if you're driving NASCAR, you're changing that shit to Bubba.
Wait, how is he the only one that is nicknamed Bubba and it stuck?
I want to. 1, 2. He's got 2 siblings. And if his
Walker and Texas,
they look like sisters. I think he was the only boy. So that's why he's Bubba. That's my theory.
Because they picked on him?
Well, no, because that's what girls call their brothers sometimes, or Bubba. Like my daughter called my son Bubba for years.
Ours was Bubby.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. That's what I bet.
It stuck.
Yep. So I guess he thought he got pushed into the wall on purpose or something like that. And as Natalie put it, contrary to the Big M, he was not loving it. That was, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so who knows? But I wonder if, well, I guess we'll see if this posts, since I did the screen on screen thing. So do you know anything about Lizzie Hale pissing people off?
No, I saw an article today, but it didn't look like it was controversial.
Okay, I just wondered, because I just saw an article myself that says something about Haley or Lizzie Hale isn't worried about alienating Hailstorm fans with her opinions. And I just wondered what in the world she's trying to open her mouth up, getting in trouble about.
Well,
Oh,
basically,
I get it. It's political stuff.
yeah, basically
Okay.
it's political stuff. The good thing, uh, so Lizzie's got some opinions that in interviews, if they come up, she's not afraid to give an answer. Right?
Sure.
Fair enough. What I liked was when I saw Hailstorm in concert recently. It was straight up music. So whereas you'll go to some shows and they want to throw some political skew in there, a
Oh,
speech of some sort,
yeah.
and you'll have some of those fans that are with you, some that aren't, and then some that don't give a fuck because they just want to hear music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm of the I want to hear music. I
Right.
want to be entertained. So that's what they did. They entertained us. But yeah, she's not afraid to express an opinion, and that's fine. If I had Lizzie Hale on the podcast, if we had her on the podcast, and something came up, we might let her express an opinion. Obviously, she's the guest. Thank you.
Well, I was just told by the chat that your new nickname is going to be Bubba.
Me? Why me?
I just answer to the
You
ladies.
you started this. This is you.
I had nothing to do with it.
You would have to
None.
change everything, and TBT and Bubba doesn't go together.
No, it does not. Absolutely doesn't. I have to change logos. Yeah, it's not happening.
Do I look like a Bubba?
I don't think so.
I thought
I would
Bubba's
think
had
that I would more in the
lumberjack.
lumberjack garb.
Well, if you had overalls.
That ain't happening.
Well, if I get called Bubba the next time I see Kathy,
I
there'll be
agree.
no,
I'm right
there'll
there
be no,
with you.
no turtle cleaning.
I ain't cleaning your turtle no more.
Call me Bubba.
Don't you dare call me Bubba. Holy moly. What else is going on? Is there anything else going on?
Just this story I found. It's a couple days old about Ivan Moody retiring from heavy metal,
Oh
supposedly.
yeah. Did you see the
But
video?
no, you talking about
Okay.
the video where he talks about it?
Yes.
No, that was in
On
Denver.
stage.
Yes, with his kids. He brought his kids out, didn't
I
he?
think those were his kids. Either that or he was Joe Biden and those kids.
Yes, they just pulled them up. These look like my kids.
Yeah.
No, I heard about it today in detail, um, and wondered why he picked that time to announce it on stage. I wonder if anyone else knew he was going to do that. But it's interesting.
Yeah. You're doing what?
He said, "What? Uh, how do you say you're going to do it after one more album? Like that's instead of a 2 week notice, it's like a 2 year notice. What makes you say one more album?
Because maybe they already have one. Maybe they have one left on their contract.
Could be
Maybe they have one almost complete.
okay.
So I don't know. There's a few different things. Let's see.
I mean, I get it because I had a stroke. Five Finger Death Punch. They tour pretty consistently and constantly. They're on the road
Right.
a lot, so it's a grind. And I mean, they've had a few people leave that band because of the grind. And if you got kids and you want to spend time with your family at some point, especially when they're little, you might want to take a break from music, especially touring. Recording a record's one thing, but touring, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah, because anymore, how many people can record at home?
Oh gosh,
This
everybody.
is a perfect example. We're not in a studio, if you will. We're at home.
Right. Right. How many
Taylor
bands?
Swift probably recorded hers at home.
Well, and you saw what Jericho does with quarantine. They're in different locations doing it via Zoom. And he's not the only one. Hagar did that.
Right. Michael Sweet.
Right. So recording the record is not really the issue. Probably it's more the grind of touring.
Yeah.
Is he's the original lead singer? Correct. They haven't had another
As
one, I
far as
guess,
I know, yeah.
as far as I know.
Well, and
So
his kids didn't look like they were super young, nor did they look super old. I mean, I'm thinking maybe 9 and 11
okay,
ish.
that's probably enough for him to realize that, man, I've missed some shit.
Yeah.
And
And I think the boy was the older, so son's coming up, getting up there in age, daughter's soon to follow. Yeah, I think I'd want to be home too.
yeah, when I was younger, a lot younger, I would have been like, "What the fuck?" I want my medal, and you don't have a family, as a fan. But I'm older now, and I realize that, man, that stuff's valuable. And he's given us how many records, how much money's he made. And I don't think it means forever. It doesn't have to be forever.
No.
Somebody speculated today that they want to make sure it was noted that he said he was retiring from heavy metal specifically.
Okay.
Because he's one of the reasons that Brad Paisley tours with him, because he likes country. So they're speculating that, oh, well, what if he retires from heavy metal and puts out some sort of outlaw country, kind of like, the guy from Stained,
Aaron
Aaron
Lewis.
Lewis, like that. And he might, but he can do that on his own, in his own studio, on his own terms,
Yep.
and not even have to tour like Five Finger Death Punch does.
No, not at all. And the Five Finger Death Punch has got a heck of a following.
Yo,
They're
huge.
military friendly. They are first responder friendly,
Yep.
police, all of that. So
Got your
if
six.
if this is in fact going to be, a couple years of not having them anymore, that's going to be a big loss for supporters of, all that. So
Do you think they would stop or would they replace him? I would think they would replace him. I don't know the dynamics of the band enough to say who writes the songs, what everyone's role is in that band. But if you're not the principal songwriter, or if let's say you are and you're still in the band, wouldn't you just replace him? Could you?
I think that's the question right there. I don't know if you could.
He's distinctive. His voice is very distinctive.
Yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. I mean, they replaced the drummer already.
Right.
Jeremy Spencer, which is funny because Jeremy Spencer ended up going and becoming a
Mm-hmm.
reserve officer with a county sheriff's department here in Indiana.
Right.
Because we have a mutual friend who went to his swearing in.
Well, and did the firearms training.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess they could. I mean, Motley Crue did it with John Carab. How many bands have replaced their lead singer? Look at
Right.
Queensryche. Look at Skid Row. Look at Warrant. So yeah, it could be done, but
It can be
I don't
done,
know.
but to what level now?
Right.
Because we're to the point now where, uh, hell, I think Warrant's on their fourth one. Skid Row's on their fifth one. Does it even matter anymore?
Yeah.
When Van Halen did it, they were at their peak, and they replaced it with a guy who was very well known in Sammy Hagar, and it only made them bigger, honestly.
Who
So
just turned what, 70 the other day?
75.
Yeah. Come on.
75. And if you haven't heard the new record, you need to, because listen to it and then think that guy's 75.
Yeah.
Hagar's amazing, but get me off on a tangent about Hagar,
Right.
but yeah. So can in 2022, can you replace a singer and anyone give a shit and want to buy your record?
I don't
You
know.
know, it at that level of a band, this is I think you're almost comparing it to Dio and Sabbath,
Oh, sure.
maybe Van Halen type thing,
Yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
And they didn't replace their singer, but they had to get a singer.
Right.
I mean, those are the ones that worked, and there's very few that work. So
Yeah.
time
It'll be interesting. I mean, if he does decide to go the Aaron Lewis route, and this whole heavy metal thing was just a ploy, and now I'm running into country. You know what I should have done for the other half of this? I should have buttoned that.
why would you
I
do
don't
that?
know. I just thought about that, and then I could have. Anyway,
Been a nerdy lumberjack.
yeah, start drawing like face tattoos and stuff. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
If he pulls a Demi Lovato, and
Yeah,
I really liked metal, but
yeah, but
dude,
I'm not really sure.
I watched some video today of Demi on tour because I wanted to see what Nita was doing with some of the songs.
Oh, that kind of video. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm back.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Um, and it was pretty cool. It was cool to see what Nita was doing with some of the stuff. And what I noticed on the stage, this is toward the end of the show, it is Demi and Nita right next to each other, side by side, and the rest of the band is in silhouette behind them. So she is very featured, very much featured, like she was with Alice,
Good.
and really getting some nice guitar work in. Like Demi Lovato ended the show with "Cool for the Summer," which
Okay.
kind of surprised me. I wondered what they could do with that song. And Nita kind of rocks it up pretty good and does a nice solo at the end, and it's pretty cool.
Was this a video on the YouTubes?
Correct.
Okay, I'll have to look that up because, yeah, I've been wanting to see a little bit more of it too.
It even says one of them has there's a ballad that she plays before that, and then "Cool for the Summer," and the ballad in the notes on YouTube says rock version, which I liked. Like
Well, it's
rock,
important to distinguish between the hillbilly hick version
yeah, or the
and the rock version.
sugar coated pop version. But
Yeah, here's your
yeah,
lollipop version.
it was pretty cool, and
I'll be darned.
yeah, Nita was right out in front, being her wonderful self.
Excellent. I'm gonna write it down so I can look that up. Um, Well, just like every week, we have to make sure we give shout outs to our people. Number one, two, and three, in no particular order, of course, are Kathy with Music and More Records. You can always find Kathy on Facebook. You can find Kathy doing all kinds of fun stuff with her records. You can normally find her in the chat, especially if we're doing this on a Tuesday night, as well as our friend Natalie, who is our moderator in the chat. We thank you for joining us.
And our
And
and our judge,
huh?
and our judge,
Our judge.
because he's a douchebag.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's our judge. She judges people for us so that we don't have to and we don't get in trouble. And of course to Jason at Bad Company Barbecue. Be sure to check out Jason and Kathy at the respective shops online, whether it be Music and More Records or Bad Company Barbecue, on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks, all that fun stuff. You can catch the Weekly Pour podcast on just about every platform there is, no matter what you listen to your podcast on. Of course, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Twitter.
Just like, share, get our stuff out there. You guys have seen what we've been doing here lately. We've had Cassandra Carson on last week. If you're into tattoo shows and like sideshow freaks or just sideshows in general, pay attention to the next couple weeks because I am working on getting someone to join us who I have known for a very long time, and I'm getting her introduced to Ace. And we plan on having her on. I'm not going to give you her name just yet because I am not going to answer the questions when I say it. Not yet. So I am working on getting a very good friend of mine on. She may do some stuff for you guys on the live. She's amazing, but we'll go from there. Be sure to email us at theweeklypourpodcast@gmail.com. We're always available 24/7. If I don't answer, Ace answers. If Ace doesn't answer, I answer. Sometimes she answers for both of us. When you're watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. The like is the little thumbs up button. Do not hit the dislike button. That one is rude and it hurts our feelings. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can turn off your notifications. Just hit the subscribe button. We need the subscribers. I hit it and I turned off the notification. I don't need to know when I'm going live. I already know.
Well, it would work if Natalie was on our show.
Right. That's
So
not happening because I can't listen to that voice for an hour talking about Bubba Wallace and by golly, he ain't loving it no more. And it's just, I there's no way. I don't think, no, not happening. But anyway, we will be back next week. Episode 27 will be next week. This is the Weekly Pour Podcast. I'm done.
I'm done.
So I'm going to leave you with this, though.
What's up, guys? Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour Podcast.
Bye.